Kia ora, guys. Reader the Kiwi here, and we're back at it again with some more Beast Tribe quests. So we just got up to Respected last time. The story so far is we're helping out these Ratanga who finding a place for them, which they're all like speedsters with hippos, and we got them delivering partials, but then also starting up essentially Uber Eats. But now we've got an issue of a thief Matanga that's been stealing stuff from us. They intercepted one of our drivers, and our next quest is Defiant Ogul, Defied. Should be interesting. She was also like annoyed at hearing of the thief, but what showed some obvious fear when she found out that it's a Matanga, and should be interesting with that, because while she's gone over her fear with the common people, facing off against one in combat seems to still potentially be scary for her. So I'm excited to see what happens, so let's go. Nice to see you, Teru. If you've a moment, I'll tell you the latest. Thanks to our cool and breezy stables, our hippos have been getting all sorts of luxury shut-eye. Oh yeah, that's the other thing we did, was improve the hippos' living conditions. And the little pots can't be tempted away from their splashing. All in all, our growing family's bursting with energy. Good thing too, seeing as our services are in ever higher demand. Folks have even started coming round and petitioning for employment, if you can believe it. We've always liked keeping our business to ourselves. The thought of welcoming in strangers felt dreadfully queer at first, but helping others is what writers do, so we've got some new faces on the team. Besides, as swamped in the requests as we are, we'd be lost without the extra help. Help! Help, I say! I appreciate the enthusiastic chorus, Ogul, but what have you gone and done to your head? She's wearing the elephant head. Lose the bet, perchance? Ogul, you look fantastic. Excuse me, have we met? This is hardly time for jesting. We are in crisis, I tell you. Crisis! There just a Gajasura in the jungle. Ever since you mentioned that thieving Matanga, I've had this terrible suspicion. I had to know for certain, so I cleverly camouflaged myself with this Gaja disguise and set out to investigate. That's a disguise? Oh, that's a disguise. And aren't you sweating an awful lot? I would choose a pool of sweat over a pool of blood any day. Between the Ora and the Gajasura, there can be naught but violence and requital. And there is no doubt, and there is no doubt as to what I witnessed. A Gajasura in the flesh. The image of it shall haunt my dreams. Those red eyes, that devilish armor, that cart drawn by a frothing hippo. What? A hippo cart? He declared his name with a ghastly voice. Akala. I became an edifice of fear. He asked me if I was his Matunga brethren. In that moment, all I could envision was my own death and dismemberment by that beastly creature. Before I knew what happened, I heard my own voice cry out, Not I. I am but a passing Manusya. I don't get it. Manusa do have bodies of men and heads of beasts. So if you squint really hard, never mind, ain't no way anyone would buy that. Actually, he was terribly polite about it. Pressed his hands together and bowed deeply before leaving me be. You're saying you let him go? Ain't no doubt he's the bandit we're looking for. You're a fighter, aren't you? I'm sorry. While I have come to cherish the Akasadara as my friends and allies, Gajasura are another matter entirely. How did I mix these words up? When I came to my senses, I searched the area and found one of your associates injured and missing his cart. No doubt the same cart now in Akala's possession. Luckily your man's injuries seemed manageable, so I saw him to Palaka's stand, where Yizar is treating him now. Is that so? Then I owe you my thanks. Sorry for losing my temper like that. Everyone's entitled to their weakness. Anyhow, even if he did give us leg bail, he can't have gone far. I say we track him down while the trail's hot and take back what's ours. Then let us reconvene at the Shroud of Shamgar. I shall take you to the very place I encountered him. Alright. I have noticed I've got a pending one. I'm saving for my reputation up before I hand it in. Boom, 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 boom. Dun, 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 dun. This is where I saw him. From here he rode off on that stolen hippo cart, but I can't for the life of me remember which direction he went. I was so paralyzed by fear that I could not have been, that north could have been south and east, west. To let a phobia get the better of me like this. Can I really call myself an adventurer? There ain't much use crying over spilt chai. You were caught by surprise. End of story. We should stay grounded and focus on what we know. Grounded, of course, that's it. Grandmother would often say that the trail to prey begins at the hunter's feet. And look here, on the ground beneath our feet, wheel tracks departing in a southwesterly fashion. I say we defied our efforts to preclude the Gajasura trickery. I shall accompany Teru and as her guard, while Teru, you survey the area for hidden villainy. I'm counting on you. Alright. Suspicious disturbance. Sweeping your gaze across the area, you see no trace of Gajasura hidden, villainous or otherwise. You listen closely to the sounds around you. The faint rustling of wind through leaves, the snuffling of wild beasts, no hippocarts. Oh. Tiny gas. My hunger tolerance won't be defeated by the likes of you. Why no fire? They've near full of fire. Akala here. Good for conquest. I ain't the foggiest idea what delusions you're riding in on, but I'll tell you one thing. You're picking a fight with the wrong island. You'd best give back what you took and skip along home. No, not leave till conquest Thavnir. More Gassaura, shame to tribe, no place for Akala and battle brothers. Travel far to prove strength, protect brothers, conquest Thavnir, home for brothers. Can't we seal this peacefully? You silence! Akala have no fight today. Battle brothers must eat medicine. I see your reasoning, but ain't you got no right to involve my hippo? Let him go, now! Your food, good taste, wagon, good ride, good for battle brothers. Soon your home conquest for Akala. Remember. Hey, get back here, you. Oh, what kind of person compliments your cooking before riding off with hostages? He's gone. If hippocarts went so fast, we could have given chase. He said something about being small, but he didn't seem much different than us Akasadara. Are other Gajasura seriously massive or something? Oh, about twice as big as your average Akasadara. It is even said that their leader, the giant, the Grand Regent, is indeed so grand that to gaze upon their full stature is to break your neck looking upwards. In comparison, Akala seemed quite modestly sized. Were his compatriots similar? I see, only slightly bigger. Then, still, they must be considered quite small by their other brethren. He said they had no place to go. Can't say I don't know how that feels. But can you forgive what he's done? He didn't seem very open to negotiations. I know. But keeping his brothers safe came before anything, didn't it? Hard to damn him for that. Getting pushed out of society just for being who you are can really work you woe. Makes you wonder if you were ever worth anything to begin with. No wonder he's itching to prove himself. On that Azim Steep, the very notion that Gaja Sura could be capable of such nuanced emotions is, pardon me for saying so, preposterous. However, judging a book by its cover does nothing but feed fear and misunderstanding. This is something I certainly learned thanks to my experiences in Thavnir. You've got to judge others by their actions. Of course, so far, Akala's mostly injured my associates, stolen my property, and kidnapped my hippo. But still, judged by their actions. The actions are all bad. Yeesh. Now, let us brace ourselves with some adventuring fundamentals. With view of the information at hand. The bandit responsible for the assault of a hippo rider, theft of personal property, and kidnapping of an innocent hippo is a Gaja Sura called Akala. According to him, he and his compatriots are here to conquer Thavnir, so as to prove themselves to their fellows and secure a home of their own. Akala also seems to have taken a fancy to our cards, which means he's got good taste. But it also means that Varna's high on his list to conquer. If I rallied my people and had you two there to back us up, we could probably put down Akala and his crew full stop, but I'd rather not come to blows. I'm not going soft on nothing, but causing a hurly-burly don't exactly right any wrongs. I want to talk with the others and see if we can't figure out a way to do this civilly. Settling matters peacefully should also put you on the right side of the Radiant Host. I shall be sure to relay your plight to them in the most sympathetic fashion. Now, I shall away to Palaka's stand to check in on your alien associate. Once he feels well enough to travel, I will send him along. Teru, I'd like your input on our strategy. I'll head to Varna first to round up the others. That was quick. Bit of a short one this time. Now, about that bandit. Not only does he biff an innocent courier, he vanishes with our hippo. When I'm through turning that scamp into paste, he'll wish he were turmeric. Normally I'd hand you the pestle with pleasure, Gasha, but things ain't so simple. After all, in another lifetime, us and Akala might have been brothers. I agree with the boss. Don't feel right pushing around someone who's been through the same thing we have. Still, knowing that bastard swindled his way into our sweet hippo's heart is bringing me to tears faster than Maru and his damned onions. Since when do our hippos trust the likes of Gajasura anyway? Well, with so many jobs taking us hither and yon, our hippos have gotten used to all sorts of different folk. Even Akala is just one in a crowd. Makes you think, if he can learn to ride a cart, anyone can. Anyone. And everyone, I should say. And why not? We gather people here like you and Ogul. You know, adventurers, and when a job comes in, we send them out on their own hippo carts. Sorry that for a moment. Having a crew of strong arms hanging around the place gives us the advantage, just in case Akala ever decides to pay us a visit. But they don't all have to be brawlers neither. Say we've got some alchemists, we could send them somewhere on an island to take care of injuries. The right deed for any need sort of thing. Opening Adventures Guild, are we? There will be refreshments, I trust. Why not? Stop by, have a drink, hear what work's available. I think I'm on to something here, if I'd say so myself. If I can get a pill link connection going with Kankana, that'll be even better. If we can give each other moment-to-moment updates. Maru, we've got a kitchen, so how hard could a mayhem be, eh? Get me a mayhem, Maru. Mayhem, you got it, boss. I'll get a mayhem running in the twinkling of a hippo's eye. So we're delivery company, Uber Eats, with a nice hippo barn, and now we have a bar for adventurers to get quests from. Thanks to the efforts of Maru and others, Savan has a new mayhem. Hippo riders are now trustworthy couriers of some repute. Connect with contracts across Thavnir to reach exciting new heights of business. Boom, 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 boom. Beast Tribe complete. I should still say Beast Tribe, even though it's supposed to be renamed to just Tribal. You have achieved honored reputation with Hippo Riders. New Akasadara tribal quests are now available. Yep. And this one in. Alright. With that, this stream will be an early one and we'll call it there. Hope you're enjoying watching me go through these Beast Tribe quests. If we go, we should be reputation 6 now. But then it'll be the ranking up to 7, and then it'll be the, if it's like the others, it'll end on 8. So that means there's 2 more quests in this storyline to go. So there'll be 2 more streams once I get to each of those parts. So, like usual, thank you for watching, and until next time, bye bye.